Hello, welcome to Mr. Anon, and we are back with our 2025 first podcast. So, Mr. Anon, welcome back to our podcast series. So, viewers, we are going to discuss about the new trending scams and about past 2024 what has happened. Mr. Anon, what would you say about 2024 scams?
Hello, Tejas. First and foremost, a warm greeting to everyone on New Year 25. So, 24 once again was a bad year for scams. The number of scams and the number of modus operandi have been rising. Till now, still before 24, most of the scams were about part-time jobs, prepaid tasks, so on and so forth. Then in 2024, we saw the fake share trading scam where a lot of fake websites were made that copied existing brokers. They claim that you can buy shares at a discount, you can buy upper circuit stocks that are not for sale anywhere else. But in reality, victims are depositing money only in fake websites. And ultimately, they ended up losing. Same story, different part.
Yes.
One more thing that came in 2024 was the digital arrest. Now, digital arrest, unlike the previous scams, is not based on greed. It's based on fear. The people who did this time, the modus operandi was slightly different. The initial contact was not a WhatsApp message or a Telegram message, it was a phone call. The people calling pretended to be some authoritative figure, either the Central Bureau of Investigation or the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India or the Supreme Court or anything. So in a series of steps, they made you believe that you have committed some crime, even if you don't know about it. For example, your Aadhaar number is being misused for some criminal purpose. The number which was copied at a restaurant or some other place is being misused, and they surprisingly give you the right data, which if you think about it, is not surprising because your number and Aadhaar number and other personal data is technically leaked everywhere. So if you find your personal data like your account balance, your Aadhaar number being known by the scammers, don't be surprised. They have ways of knowing that. But what they do is they say that you are involved in a crime, and in order to protect yourself, you are going to be placed in something called digital arrest, which actually doesn't exist. And during the time of the digital arrest, people are compelled to shell out money and pay the scammers. So this modus operandi takes different forms. Like it can be like one version says that you were ordering a parcel in which drugs have been found. That is one version. Another, your SIM card is being used for some criminal activity. That's another, the second version. Third version is your relative has been caught doing a crime. We shell out money and free them. So there are ultimately it's the same. It's the fear of the victim that's being exploited. And once again, the common thing is the groups that are doing it are linked to the same old Southeast Asia, that is Cambodia and Myanmar. Once again, the victims deposit money in new accounts operated by unknown entities. They are actually corporate accounts that have been opened by fake entities. Once the money goes there through UPI or some other means, the money gets converted into cryptos like USDT and it's sent overseas. Of course, with each link getting a certain commission, and that's how the crime goes. There is an estimate that says India has lost about 1% of its GDP to cyber scams.
Yes.
Now, 1% is a lot. It's approximately 80,000 crore. I'm not sure how much of it is true or not, but the amount India is losing is a lot. Apart from that, the old scams still exist, like the fake investment scams, the power bank types, the fake gambling scams, even the prepaid task scams. There is a variation in that as well. Previously, the scammers used to contact you through WhatsApp messages. This modus operandi was very popular in 2023. That you get a WhatsApp message that some hotel rating jobs are available or movie rating jobs are available. Now, these scammers are actually calling on your phone using fake numbers. So, there are different modus operandi in operation. 90% of them are being operated from Southeast Asia. Other 10%, some from India. Of course, our Deshi scammers are always there. The different Ponzi schemes and all keep coming up. But then pure Deshi scammers, they are a minority. Because most of these scams have the backing of some foreign. And also the East European group that is also involved. The groups that were initially based in Israel, but now they are operating from Bulgaria, Turkey, so on and so forth.
So I have one question about Deshi scammers. So
Yes.
recently that digital arrest fraud was at boom, and
Yes.
the scammers was directly showing their face and pretending as a police officer. So how they showing their face?
Yeah, because the people who are in the ecosystem, wherever they are based, they have fake uniforms and all. And also, there is a technology called deep fake that they may be using, where you can use the face of any other, give it movement. It's an artificial intelligence enabled technology that's been in the news since the last 4 years, but people have been using it since 2023.
Yes.
So it is technically possible for even the president of the USA to say things that he hasn't said. Someone else is saying, but the image of the president of the USA, it is Joe Biden as on this date, but it will be Donald Trump a few days later. So don't be surprised if Donald Trump is saying something which he never said, because if someone else said it, is the image of, but it was communicated to you using the image of Donald Trump. So that is another possibility. Or these may be paid actors wearing uniforms, and since they are not very known and very likely not in India, it's easily possible for them to set up a fake studio with a background. You can do it even digitally with the background of, say, the CBI or something else. It's quite possible.
Okay. So what is your prediction about what will happen in modus operandi?
Means what are the new scams coming up? Now the scammers are already a few steps ahead of the cyber cops. I'm hearing about new modus operandi where a simple greeting card is being given to you on your phone. If you open the greeting card, there is a malicious link that will tap into the phone's content and read all the passwords stored. Using that, the scammers can access a bank account without any UPI. But I haven't personally seen it happening anywhere. I just heard about it. So this is one thing I heard. But what I personally feel is, in most scams, there is an implicit permission of the victim that is involved. The victim is losing money either because of fear or greed, or in some cases guilt, like say the fake NGOs. But where the victim is completely blank, has no clue about it, that happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it is rare and it is more difficult to execute. Because in most cases, in 90% or maybe 95% of the case, the victim has given permission to take his or her money out of him or her.
So, Miss, now the modus operandi will slightly change, and people will unknowingly can lose the money without any investment, right?
I am hearing, as I said, I am hearing those things, but I am not sure because I feel it's going to be difficult to execute.
Okay.
Losing money completely unknowingly is going to be difficult to execute. In most cases, it's going to be people who themselves are losing. By the way, I forgot to mention one scam of 2024. That was something called High Box, where people purchased mystery boxes and sold them at a profit. It was also being operated from Southeast Asia, but the difference is quite a lot of celebrities were involved in its advertising.
Okay.
And ultimately, it was only a Ponzi scheme where money was being circulated. People got back money because others invested. All the investment scams are basically Ponzi schemes. All the part-time job scams are basically Ponzi schemes. The victim initially receives the money, and that's the reason there is trust involved. But once again, as you know, they end up losing in the end.
Yes. So overall, viewers, 2024 was a peak for the cyber crimes in India, and lot of people have lost money in this. And I don't know how much they have recovered after cybercrime complaint. So mostly people have lost 70 to 80% of that money which they have lost, and recover only less amount like 20%, because the scam was happening for a very long time. Like that share market scam was happening almost one month, so people was investing nearly about 1 month, and after doing the cybercrime complaint, the money was actually gone from our country to Southeast Asian countries. So this was a major loss for India. So that's it from our side. So Mr. Anon, thank you for your information and our first podcast of 2025. So,
yeah, most welcome, Tejas. So let's hope to be cyber safe.
yes.
And last but not the least, there is a movie releasing next week. That is the 10th of January. It's called Fateh. It stars Sonu Sood, and it is about cyber slavery and cyber scams. If you like violent movies, do watch it. You will get to know a lot about cyber scams.
Okay, so in this video we will also see the clip after at the end of this podcast. So thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Anon. See you
Most
soon
welcome.
in the next podcast.
Take care. Have a good day. Have a good year.